Okay, so what I did for my film project was a Pac-Man game. And I guess I'm just gonna go through a couple main features. So for the actual Pac-Man, I used class Pac-Man, and to actually create the Pac-Man, I just did self.x core and self.y core to keep track of where they were, and I just did a fixed radius so it could like draw. And the whole thing is basically a grid. The whole like Pac-Man game is basically a grid, and it goes over the Pac-Man and the Ghost. They just kind of iterate through the grid to like get to wherever they want. Um, but in terms of getting them to move, you'd have to use the key sims. So, or you'd have to use a keyboard. My bad. And like if you pressed right, it would keep going right because in timer fired, it would not stop moving until it hit a bound. It would just keep moving right until it hit a bound. And if you press down, it would keep moving down to hit a bound, etc. Um, Another really cool thing I thought was good was for the ghosts, I used AI. Um, so I only used it for two of the ghosts. I had three ghosts. For the red ghost, I used breadth first search AI, and that is right over here, right here. And then for the blue ghost, I used a star AI, which is right over here. And I found this was a lot more efficient, a lot faster way to get through the code and to make the Pac-Man kind of, the ghosts follow the Pac-Man. And then for the actual purple Pac-Man, I just kind of had a list of, I had a list of directions, and every 2 seconds, the computer would pick a random integer within this, so 0, 1, 2, 3, and it would go in that direction until it hit a bound or it was in the next random integer, and then the direction would change. So I'm just gonna kind of run this. So I'm not sure if it's gonna reach it this time, but I'm not sure if it reached it that time, but if you reach 500, then it's I don't think it reached it that time, but if you reach 500 points, then the Pac-Man, the countdown would actually, the timer would actually add 10 seconds to it. So that was kind of cool. So yeah, that is my game. Ta-da.